we are here with Poly Pomona head coach Danelle Bishop, as well as student athletes Sydney Nelson and Cadence Lloyd, following their 57-51 West Region Championship victory over Central Washington. Coach, can you just kind of talk to me a little bit about what you're most proud of from your team's performance today?
We're gritty. We did not have, the best shooting weekend, or this tournament, I guess you should say. We've been shooting at a higher percentage over the course of the year, and the one thing we do, which is our identity, is we play defense. And I think anybody that watched any of our games, that were in that gym, knows that that's what we do, and we just grinded it out, and couldn't be more proud of them. It's exciting, and they work so hard, and I said this the other day, but it's just been such a joyous year for me as a coach. I'm able to coach them. I'm hard on them, but also trying to love on them. And to get to this moment, to see them cutting down the net, to see them hugging each other with that trophy means so much to me as a coach. And so I'm just proud of this entire team. And we, like I said the other day, we're not ready to end it. And I think you saw the fight tonight.
And this is now 3 straight grindy, gritty wins that you've got. Can you just kind of talk to me a little bit about the testament that is of your team and kind of the identity that you've established with the team?
Yeah, we don't quit. We don't quit. We feel like a lot of people counted us out. I think a lot of people looked at us and said, no, they're beatable. Oh, they can't do this. And, we're a team. We finished first in our conference, only had one first team in the conference. But we got in my eyes, a lot of first teamers. And I think you saw that tonight with the no quit mentality and, our identity being defense.
And your team had 15 O boards which turned into 23 second chance points. Can you kind of talk about that aspect of the offense and just kind of, I guess, the testament of the team?
Yeah, and that's been a strength of ours too, is, we keep just saying, I know Andrea didn't have the best shooting weekend, but we kept telling her to shoot. In our eyes, she's either going to make it or we're going to get the rebound. And so we just kept telling her, hey, just keep going for it and then keep crashing the boards. Sid had how many O boards? She had 4 crucial O boards. Kamaya Anderson, I don't think she got in the game over the weekend until today, and she came in with 5 huge offensive rebounds. And that was one of the things I've been preaching to them over the week, is if we want to win this thing, because I've been here before, in my experience, you have to have depth. And just told everybody, you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready. Kamaya Anderson, and came in, had 5 of those O boards you're talking about, and she was ready. Another one came in off the bench as a freshman, and I know you're gonna get there, but hits that big 3 to put us up 4 with whatever seconds on the clock, and that's what great teams do. And the O boards is just, again, another part of our identity.
So you guys are heading to Pittsburgh. Can kind of talk to me a little bit about what this win means for the program?
You guys want to go or you want me to go? Okay. Got it. It's huge. I think the last time I was here, I've been at Cal Poly for 15 seasons, 16 years. I'm in my 16th year, and I think it's been a good, 9 or 10 years. I'm sure they have it, and we've been close. And I always tell them, it obviously you have to have a good team to get here. You got to be somewhat healthy, and you got to have a little bit of luck. And all those 3 things kind of fell into our place over this weekend. And when you have a group of women that are just working hard for each other and sacrificing for each other, that's what that is. And it means a lot to the program. I know it means a lot to the alumni. Haven't even checked my phone, but my watch is blowing up, and they're so proud. And I'm hearing from alumni we haven't heard from in a while, and it really means a lot, and it's special. There's a lot of tradition and history and excellence at Cal Poly Pomona women's basketball, so we're excited to be a part of that.
And can you kind of talk to me about this next step? How are you going to keep the team focused, especially with, you guys have flown already, but an even longer flight and just a very different atmosphere than what you've experienced like this weekend.
Yeah. Well, first we're going to Fred Meyer's to get some ice cream, and we're gonna enjoy this because I think that's the only place open in Ellensburg. So we're gonna first take some time to enjoy this, and we'll enjoy it tomorrow, and then we'll kind of get ready and get geared up for the week. And they need a little bit of rest, and they've worked hard and they've earned it. So we'll give them a little bit of rest, and then we'll get back at it here later this week.
And the final question for you: what lessons have you taken away from this weekend in order to translate them further into the tournament?
Yeah, I think one of them, just talking about how it takes the entire team. That's the first thing. It takes depth. It takes for them a lot of confidence and a lot of poise. I forget which player on Central hit a big shot, 2 big shots. You guys remember who was that? You were just talking about it. And the crowd went nuts. Yeah, and the crowd went nuts. I mean, I couldn't hear anything. I think your people were saying that was the loudest it had ever been in here. And our team was very poised in that moment. That's hard to teach. You don't get to really practice that. And I think that's a sign of a great team. So those are a couple of the lessons I think we learned in this atmosphere, and just being on the road and just grinding it out. And there's a lot of things we'll go back and look at film and try to see what other things we can kind of clean up moving forward, because we know it'll be a tough tournament, but we're looking forward to it.
Thank you very much. All right, Cadence. As Coach kind of aforementioned, you hit that clutch 3 to basically seal the deal. Kind of talk to me about what was going through your mind. What was working for you in that play?
It's funny because I just told my coach that one of the players were following me through, and I heard their coach screaming, "She's a shooter, don't let her get the ball." And I was like, dang it, like I need to get it. And my teammate drove, and I just let it go. I put in a lot of work, and my coaches and my teammates instilled a lot of confidence in me. So I'm just going to keep shooting. I'm going to keep letting it fly. And I think that was a beautiful moment that it happened.
And you've played some very valuable minutes this season. Can you kind of talk to me about what it means to kind of keep that focus and keep that grind, even when you might not have the most flashy of nights or flashy of plays?
Yeah. I think my mindset every single game is to impact winning. So it's not really about if I have 20 points, 15 points, 7 points. I think it's just about every possession that I'm on the floor, let me impact winning. Get a rebound, maybe get a tip ball, get a steal. So I think that's been my mentality, especially coming off the bench. The bench is usually supposed to provide a new source of energy that the people on the court didn't have. So just impacting winning in any way I can.
Thank you very much. All right, Sydney, you were voted the tournament MVP. You had a phenomenal night. 29 points, 15 boards, 4 O boards. Kind of talk to me about your night tonight. What was working for you? Like, how are you feeling?
My team has so much confidence in me. It really fuels me every single game. Even when I'm nervous, when I'm not having the best shooting night, when I'm not having the best whatever night, they always instill this confidence in me, and that really just keeps me going, especially in this game. My shot wasn't falling so much earlier, especially in the first half of the game. But at halftime, it's just like a reset, like you get onto the court and it's basically a whole new 20 minutes of gameplay, and you just go out there and you keep shooting. You don't get down on yourself. Your teammates are there to lift you up. And I always say in my interviews, I can never take credit for the points that I have, because it comes from assists, it comes from people moving off ball, from O boards, from D boards, transition, getting out on the floor and having it passed to me. I can never take credit for my own points, because it's a team effort, and I think tonight that really showed it, and everybody contributed, and I was able to help my team, and my team was able to help me. So.
And you were one of the leaders for the team this season. Kind of talk to me about what it means to be put in this moment as a leader in this game and this atmosphere and this environment, and what the outcome of today means to you.
Honestly, it's kind of scary coming into a huge game and knowing that you have people who look up to you and look to you to contribute in the game. But it's a great challenge to have, and it's something that I love to step up to. And in practice, I put in work. I go hard, and my teammates, especially our practice players and our coaches, they get on the court and they push me harder every single day. But being a leader, it's honestly, it's really not hard with this team, because everybody listens and everybody is just so receptive for each other, and we all have so much trust and love for each other that it's almost it's like second nature. I don't feel like technically I'm a leader. I just feel like this is a family and we all just kind of contribute in our own ways. But I also know in these big moments I have to, have reminders for, like the freshmen or the sophomores or whoever it is. And in these big moments, especially like a game like today, like it's hard to step up to, but it was almost fun. Like, like having a big crowd and having this kind of like pressure on you, like it really makes you step up to that greatness that you have. And I think we're able to do that today, and I'm just glad that my team has that trust in me and they believe in me that much.
The final question for you. How special is it to share this win with your team?
It's amazing. Like, it's so fun. Like, this team, like, the team chemistry that we have on the court and off the court, but especially off the court, like, we watch movies all day, every day. We hang out, like, we go to each other's apartments. Like, literally, we always joke, they're my close personal friends. Like, they literally are. And I love you guys so much. And I'm just so glad we're able to travel this far and get this far and still, like, be this tight, especially in like really high impact, high pressure games. Like when we get on each other, we know it's out of love and out of respect, and we don't ever like get mad at each other, like literally ever. And it's just, I'm so glad that we were able to share this together, especially with Cadence, my freshman.
All right, my final question for all three of you. What are you most looking forward to heading into the Elite Eight?
I'm ready for even more great competition. It's going to be really fun, and it's going to be really hard games, and I'm just excited that we get to show people what we can do, especially today. Like, it's just going to be really fun. I'm excited.
I'm ready for us to rise to adversity again. I think we're 9 times out of 10, sometimes we're the underdog, so I'm really glad that we showed these 3 days that we rose to every single game, we rose to the adversity, and I'm excited for us to do it again.
You dropped the mic on that. I think they covered it. Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Luke Thompson, Jack Republic. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
You talked about your league champs. You can beat the Central team early in the season. Was there a feeling that you deserved better than 3 seed? Was that a chip on your shoulder at all this weekend?
I'll cover that. I think, I've been on the national committee 4 or 5 years as a chair of the West Region, and I will say this, I know they work their butts off and they work hard, and so as much as even someone like me who has that experience being on it, I know sometimes we don't always see some of the data that they see. So of course, yes, you're like, hey, we would have rather been in 85-degree weather and it not snowing. But I also trust the committee, and they work really hard, and this is where it was at. And we're like, all right, let's go to work, and so that was kind of the mindset for our team going into it.
And so you talked what Tristan said, you kind of took over in the fourth quarter. Was that a mentality shift for you?
Honestly, it kind of was. The fourth quarter, like it's coming down to the last 10 minutes, and I knew that we had to make some big plays, and they had their runs and we had to go on our runs. But we have the same mindset the whole game, and that's a defensive mindset, and I knew that once we were able to execute that our offense would be that much better, and I think we were able to really hone in on that today, and I think that was kind of my mentality shift, like just leave it all out on the floor on the defense, and then my offense will come to me. So.
And that was, talking about the defense, one thing, obviously there's a team aspect to it, but Chris just mentioned just how good you guys are on ball, how much pride you take on that one-on-one defense.
Yeah. Before the game, every single day now we have this new thing, it's MRT, and that's middle drives, rebounding, and 3-point line. And we minimize.
Show the sign.
Oh yeah, like Hunger Games. Yes. So the middle drives, like we try to minimize their middle drives because we know what they like to drive and kick, and they can hit those shots really well. Rebounding, especially O boards, of course, but defensive boards to not give them their second chance shots, and to help us, like push in transition. And then three-pointers, like I said, like they're able to hit those shots at a really high rate and a high percentage. So to minimize those as well. And today, this game, we knew how much was on the line, and we knew there was a lot of pressure. And I think that kind of helped us to really focus on that today and not worry so much about the offense, but to let the defense do the talking. And I think we did that well.
And I'll just add to that, a quote that the national championship teams all use when they come back to talk to us. They all know it. and you guys know what I'm gonna talk about, mental.
It's a physical as 4 is to 1.
So in a lot of
Yes.
these timeouts, there was no fancy plays being drawn up. It was, you're fine, how bad do you want it? Play defense, get up,
Yeah.
you're not tired, and
Yep.
just reassuring them mentally, you're good, how bad do you want it? And so I would say a lot to go to the defense was, we had, I thought Central did a good job of taking advantage when we did look a little tired, but then we just kind of regrouped and got the mindset back, and I think you saw that.
This one for Coach, or maybe Sydney, just knowing Ashley's limitations with her knee injury, did that change the way you defended her at all?
A little bit. We just really want to take away her three and make her shoot on the drive. I think we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. And that last play, I mean, were you one of the primary options? Were you expecting a shot there?
Well, I did draw that one up.
She did
I'm
draw
just
that one
joking.
up.
I'm just kidding.
Yes and no. I knew once my point guard Brielle drove it middle and I'd cut through, I was like, I'm gonna be open. If I wasn't open, I knew she was gonna be open because
Yeah.
just the way that the help shifted. So once my man helped on her, and I was like, this is my shot, and I just took it with 100% confidence.
And she, you have to agree with this.
Yes.
Probably
I know what you're
puts
gonna say.
up the most shots outside of practice.
Yes.
Every week, she gets up early at before sometimes the sun's even
The
out.
crack of dawn.
The crack of dawn.
Yes.
And she puts in a lot of work, and for me it's really special as a coach to see her come through in a big moment like that. Very special.
Yes. And for either one of you, what did you have to do to regroup after they made that 7 run in the fourth quarter to tie it?
We've had previous games where we would rush to get the ball in and try to get some really fast points. But in a tight game like that, especially with the time like winding down, like we knew that we had to slow the ball down and kind of get into our groove and not let like the fast-pacedness of the game dictate how we played our offense. I remember like telling like Brielle telling me, but also me telling everybody else like slow down, like let's run a play, let's run it right, let's rub shoulders, let's cut hard, like let's get it going, but also like be poised and
Control the pace.
Exactly.
That was a big talk in the timeouts as well. Control the pace,
Yes.
settle down. If we have a break, push it. If not, let's make them play defense.
And how did the crowd noise compare to anything you've experienced this season?
It's the loudest. I mean,
Yeah, it
that's
was
the
the
loudest
loudest.
we've played in. There's 2 teams in our conference that get some pretty rowdy crowds, but that's the loudest. To be honest, I'm trying to think. I may have had one other time. It was pretty loud in there. And, kudos to, Central Washington. If I could throw this out last too. You guys have all been phenomenal. And as hard as it was, I think we might have had 10 fans here. I mean, what an environment for these young women to be, both teams to be playing in. And, the whole thing, everybody watches women's basketball. They sure do. But yeah, if I could just comment at the end, like Central Washington has been awesome host. The city of Ellensburg has been we've enjoyed our time here, and we couldn't thank you guys enough for all that you guys have done for us coming in as visitors. So thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
all very much.
Thank
and
you.
safe travels home.
Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you.